Orlando Pirates in front of a full house, and this was what they did against Chippa United just a few minutes into the game. The defending champions, they find this free kick. Shabalala was going to have a long day on this day.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he's just late coming out to Tito. If you look at him, only when Tito turns does he decide to come out. I mean, you have to be coming out a lot sooner than that. And when you come out, you have to be putting on brakes at least a meter before that to avoid situations like that.
Masangwani goes down, then Dlamini steps up. Oh, perfect.
I wouldn't, yeah, a well-taken free kick, but a goalkeeper concede on the side that he's supposed to be defending. For me, I question the goalkeeping because the wall is covering the near side. He should be dealing with the ball on the right of his side, that is Nwabali, and he gets beaten on that side. Question mark there.
7 goal involvements for Dlamini in the last month or so. He has found form. Unbelievable form.
Wonderful form. I mean, that's the beauty of having depth within your team and that little healthy competitive edge. I think, you know, the highlight for Pirates is that, you know, it's come at the perfect time. They're in a cup final and you've got players that are peaking at the perfect time. Then,
Pumudzo, take us to the next goal.
I think quick thinking from Orlando Pirates leads to the goal. And for me, what is important is the quick throw-in. The end of God is on Tito Maswanganyi. He's going to go on and give the assist. I'm spiraling Dlamini. He's going to go on and score the goal. What formation were Chippa playing? They were playing a 4-2-3-1 formation. And you'll see the formation set out with Ivanga at the bottom of your screen as being the number 9. 4-2-3-1. A quick throw-in. I don't think what Chabalala is thinking is he's thinking offside or what. I'm spiraling Dlamini again. Look at the Chippa players all ball watching, not aware of what is happening behind them. Chabalala picks up the end. I don't know if he's saying offside. There's no offside from a throw-in. Dlamini, I'm spiraling Dlamini again. Let's look at the Chippa defenders. The eyes, they are all ball watching. They don't see what's happening behind them. And Tito delivers an inch-perfect ball to Dlamini in that moment. Does he have an option to go wide to really He does. He can give the pass that side, but he decides that he's in control. He puts it in the back of the net. Well taken goal by Dlamini. Quick thinking from Orlando Pirates. Chippa caught sleeping.
You were not sure about what Shabalala had his hand up for.
Yeah.
Like
no, it's pendul. But there's no, for any youngster, there's no offside from a throw-in.
Yes, okay. Absolutely. So he wasn't appealing for that. Okay. He's a seasoned defender. Yeah. He was not appealing for an offside. When the hand goes up, Pongs, what did you see?
The ball touches Tito's hand. It comes off the chest, and he kind of stops it with the hand.
Really? Yeah. Let's look at it closely.
If you look, there's a gentleman outside the pitch that's warming up. Even he's appealing. There's no ways he can be appealing for an offside. So clearly the ball has come off the arm. There is another angle, but...
Here's the angle. Yeah. Watch the ball and its movement. It stops going forward. It goes backwards. Yeah. And when the ball goes backwards, just watch here again. As the ball's in the air, you'll see that it should keep going forward, the ball. But suddenly, it comes straight down. And there, you see it go straight down. That's where it hits Tito's hand. And that is where Shabalala is saying, handball. However, the assistant referee in a good position, or is he not in a good position there?
Surely he should, I mean, he should be seeing that, but you can argue perhaps maybe Shabalala's body is in his line of vision, because he's not necessarily square with the ball at the time.
But what's the lesson? Because there is a whistle, and he didn't hear it, Shabalala, which doesn't allow you to just put up your hand, does it?
Yeah, you got to see it through. Look, you got to see it through, because if you stop, you lift your hand, now you're hoping the referee bails you out, and you can never, ever, ever take that risk.
Let's move on and take a look at what else took place in the game. So far, Pirates flawless in terms of the performance, 2 up and cruising towards the final. However, absolutely how he likes to get involved in games, Evanga. Long ball, too much power. Makaula goes flying away there. He sets it up perfect.
Extra motivation playing against a team that you had preseason with, which is Orlando Pirates, is now at Chippa United, going back to the team that Orlando Pirates bought him from. He showed his physicality. He bullied that defense of Orlando Pirates, that is Ivanga, with his physical presence. Look at how he brushes Makaula off, and he finds that pass to Kabindu. I thought that he really bulldozed that defense, but some illegal challenges from Ivanga in this game.
And he had a day where, as much as he was involved in putting this fantastic ball in and fighting for his team, he also got sent off. And is it that extra motivation to prove to coach at the Orlando Pirates that you didn't do enough to give me a chance. This is what I can do as we look at Gorky scoring the final goal.
Yeah, wonderful finish by Gorky, really awkward, does well to finish. And even I enjoyed his performance. He was being a bully, he was aggressive, you know, he was playing like a big man is supposed to play, you know, being a massive threat and a headache. But then, with the added emotions, he overcooks it and then gets sent off. And now all of a sudden, all the great work basically goes down the drain because you're not available for the next match, which happens to be against Orlando Pirates.
A lovely opportunity, though, for Chippa midweek. They're coming to Orlando to play the very same opponent in Orlando Pirates. So it's going to be an interesting one.
Revenge.
It's not over.
Part 2, reloaded between the two sides, coming your way midweek. Let's go to a quick break. After the break, the second of the semi-finals as Stellies hosted Mamelodi Sundowns. Now, let's go straight to what's going on as far as that second semi-final was concerned. Mamelodi Sundowns up against Stellenbosch. And Pumuzo, you're going to take us through that first goal.
I think when you look at the first goal that Mamelodi Sundowns scores, you'll see triangles that are forming on the side and excellent from Mamelodi Sundowns. But for me, what is key is I'm going to highlight the triangles. Look at the triangles that you form on the side. They're overloading the right-hand side. But everywhere where you look, there's triangles for Mamelodi Sundowns. Those are the passing options. That is the Rulani ball that is in play in this moment. Look at Allende on the ball. Again, you can form another triangle. That's what Mamelodi Sundowns are doing, moving the ball from a pressure area to a non-pressure area. Now they move to the side. Look at another triangle forming between Shalulile, Lunga, and also Allende. They move the ball this side. They still can't find an outlet. Another triangle forming again for Mamelodi Sundowns. Ball rotation. But what is key is when they lose the ball, Mamelodi Sundowns for me, what is key, they lose the ball there. As soon as they lose the ball, look at that 8 versus 8 in that moment. They counter press. They suffocate you. They keep you in jail. You can't get out. And look at how they win the ball back. As soon as they win the ball, the end of God is on Mudau. He's going to go on and score the goal. Tembazwani, important touch, is going to play one touch to Ribeiro. That's a cushion pass. They are looking for that space now. Mamelodi Sundowns. Mudau is going to receive in that space. When he receives in that space, he's got one thing on his mind. Look at the triangle again. That is the Rulani ball we are seeing. He goes for that near post, and he gets the goal for Mamelodi Sundowns.
Great movement, great work by Mamelodi Sundowns. But Steve Barker mentioning at the end of the game that that goal was scored against 10 men. Stellenbosch. I think it's Basadine who's lying on the ground there. Yeah. And maybe lying on the ground for a good 30, 40 seconds before that goal goes in.
Yeah.
Could that situation have been handled differently?
It's very difficult to say because obviously it's coming together of two Stellies players. And as far as I know, if it's not a head injury, you know, the ref is not necessarily obliged to stop the game. So for me, Sundowns are well within their rights to carry on with the football game. Yes, of course, you can talk about fair play.
But then I'll look at this one. And then the referee blows for a collision here immediately.
Well, my opinion is that the initial contact on the before the slide before, the ball's on the ground, it's a coming together. But with this one, because the ball is in the air and it's coming together, and the player that's on the ground holds their head, the referee then looks back and then assumes it was a head collision.
So even though this one wasn't a head collision, referee believes it is a head collision, stops the game immediately. The previous incident with Basadine on the floor, because they collide and it's not a head injury, referee lets the game carry on.
Yeah.
But then what about, because you see it happen, teams kicking the ball out. What do you think about that?
As I mentioned, you mean, you're not obliged to do it.
You don't.
You're not. But you know, if we have a positive run in terms of possession, right? As a football team, you're going to carry on. You're going to carry on the move up until you score. You're not going to stop and be like, oh, someone's on the ground. Well, it's not one of our teammates.
What were you taught in your playing days? Watch here. Here comes the collision. It's Basadine Adams. Boom. They crash into each other. He stays down.
Dooley that collide.
Oh, Dooley, yeah.
It's teammates that collide. Mamelodi Sundowns continues to play. There is fair play. You can take the ball out, but it's not compulsory. It's not a must for Mamelodi Sundowns to take the ball out. The collision happens at 13 seconds. They score at 52 seconds, about 40 seconds later. But if I'm Mamelodi Sundowns, it's a cup game. If I was on the field of play, Thomas, I would have continued to play.
And I remember Sir Alex Ferguson back in the day used to encourage his Man United team to play. If the referee hasn't blown and the guy's on the field, I think he said once something along the line of the player will get treatment after the goal.
So if you look at that, not one Stellies player complained, if you look at that slide. And that's the giveaway. I've been in teams where someone goes down and they're playing like, hey, someone's down, but not one player appeals. I saw in that slide, Traore kind of sticks out an arm, but I'm not sure whether he's telling his players to shift or whether he's actually trying to get the referee's attention. But normally in those situations, there's an uproar of at least 4 or 5 players that go, well, look, someone's down, he's still down, take the ball out, fair play. But not one Staley's player has a huge appeal or a group appeal, and therefore Sundowns are well within their rights to carry on because they wouldn't know.
Do you think the referee lets it go because it's teammates that collide? If there was a Sundowns player, do you think he would have stopped the game?
Yes. I think if it's obviously 2 opposite players clashing together, then there's a question whether it's
Had
a foul
they clashed
or not.
heads, the 2 players, it also would have stopped the game.
Yeah, teammates.
Should have, yes.
Yeah,
Even if they were teammates and they clashed heads, that game would have stopped. The referee would have said head injury. There you go. Now I want to go to the disallowed goal, because there was a goal in this game where Stellies thought they had scored, and the assistant referee, a brand new assistant referee, just taking the position after the previous assistant referee had pulled a hamstring. Yeah, this game had it all. There was a 13-minute delay as assistant referees were changed. But right after that, within seconds of the game restarting, a big decision needed to be made by the new setup of assistant referees. Reina scores, but the flag goes up.
Modi brand new confused our viewers.
What do you think? Obas is in the center there. That's where everybody is looking.
Yeah, Thomas, they always say it's a difficult one to call. It's very tight. And they always say if it's tight, give the advantage to the attacking team. But in this instance, I think Reyners is slightly offside.
What do you think?
I think worst case is in line.
Worst case?
Worst case. I honestly think he's onside. But that's, to be honest with you, in all fairness, that's probably close to impossible for the assistant ref to see with the naked eye. Yeah.
Naked eye situation, very tough decision there. So the gentleman here can understand why that decision goes, and the flag does come up, and Reyners' goal is chalked off as disallowed for offsides. Moving on, though, there was more to come in this game, and goals continued. And the pressure that Mudau was able to put on, he was telling Lorch also comes on as a sub. And the subs, you heard Coach Rulani speaking about how important they were.
Yeah, you see the coach's influence, looking on the bench, looking at the game, looking at what the game needs. He goes to his bench, he looks at Lorch and thinks this game needs a Lorch. He needs somebody with those vertical runs in behind the defense, a delightful ball over the top. He does not get the credit that he deserves. That is Peter Shalulile for me. The work that he does for this Mamelodi Sundowns team, tirelessly running on and off the ball. He starts the counter press. He starts the press, Shalulile. He gives the assist in this instance for Thembinkosi Lorch to get the goal.
Stellenbosch make the finish of this match very interesting, because they do get one back. And it was also their substitutions that made the difference in terms of getting the goal back. Van Wyk with one of the cheekiest passes, assists you are ever going to see here.
Absolute beauty. I think, you know, Zwane's touch for Sundowns' goal was incredible, but this one is just next level. If you look at it, side of his foot, poor Kutsia, I mean, he doesn't really know what's hit him. I mean, the ball's coming on the inside, probably expecting it to be, well, on his outside rather, probably expected on his inside. I mean, it's a wonderful assist and a great finish.
Palace scores. And yes, the score ends 3-2, but we need to remind viewers as well that Shalulile did miss a penalty. Yeah. And we also saw Ribeiro miss an absolute sitter in that dying moment of the game. It could easily, and even Stevie Barker admitting, it could easily have been a big scoreline in this one in terms of Sundowns' victory.
Yeah, it's a cup game. It's not easy. The pressure is a lot for the players. Peter Shalulile misses a penalty in the game. But I still say, what about all the work that he does for this Mamelodi Sundowns team? We need to give credit to players who work their socks off for the team. And he's one of those that every game you can't question his commitment, but he goes on to miss the penalty, unfortunately.
1 July, what are you expecting?
1 July...
Oh, 1 June. 1 June, what are you expecting? Oh, ubheka payday when?
Oh yeah,
Nedbank Cup final day.
No, Mamela, I'm saying to the viewers, because I can promise you, the tickets are going to get sold out in 2 or 3 hours. That's all I'm saying. The tickets for the final, as soon as they go on sale, 2 to 3 hours will be a lot.
So you're not going to get involved in what can we expect?
Well, there's still a month of football.
Okay.
There's still a month of football. There's still a month of football.
All right.
Players can get suspended, can get injured. You know,
Too early to predict.
as predict, there's still a month of football.
It's too early to predict.